And here we go. Welcome to the Cosmic Watch. I'm your astrologer. I'm Franklin, and tonight we will, of course, look at those born on this particular day, which is December the 30th, next to the last day of the year. And we will also, while looking at these Capricorns, we will look into next year and do a quick study of what's coming up in the next 12 months for everyone and for I see crazy Coolio on with us and Coolio, if you'd like to be number one, we'll just get underway and start looking at next year. Do you want to have a look at what's going on with you in the coming 12 months? Let's see. If First we want to find out where you are right now. And right now, you are nurturing other people, taking care of other people, trying to, maybe other people are working for you or working with you right now, trying to really put together a, a vehicle to give everybody work, give everybody something to do, and so that this is where you are now. You are the center of attention with your friends because you are the nurturer right now. You're the leader. You're taking these other people. So, what is just about to come in to Coolio's life? What what's just about to drop into your path ah, is an escape route from the past. You felt like you were imprisoned by certain circumstances, and if you look again now, you'll see that the chains are not nearly as binding as they were. So that's what's just about to happen is for you to gain that knowledge. And now, what is going to be the result of you finding this out? What's going to be the ending for this is, oh wow, it's going to lead you to the person you want to find. And here's Karen saying hello. Karen, we're looking at next year, and if I were to peek into Karen's future right now, whoa, ho, 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 spin that wheel of fortune. You're in Karen, you're in very lucky mode right now. Everything you touch is working out. It's working in your favor. You've been feeling this. So that's where you are right now. What's about to jump into your path is oh is more good things than you know what to do with. There's such a an outpouring of love, especially caring from other people, and that all coming to you. That's what's in your path, and it's going to lead to money, prosperity, getting what you want. Things are going to be very, very good for you, money wise, especially in the coming year. Now, here's Crazy Coolio saying, "Will I win $100,000 tomorrow?" What what are the odds? That's what we'll get is what it looks like, how you stand in that line. Crazy. There's uh, fourth. So 100,000 is possible because that's not the top prize, right? And you're not going to get the top prize. You'll get like the fourth prize. So I think you're onto something there at that level that you do have a real good chance of winning. Yeah. And here's Cody joining us in the chat room here. These are the people who are our subscribers to our network here, and these are people who have had their epiphany. They've seen the spirit world. They've talked with the spirit world, and now they want to be able to go further. They want that communication with their spirit guides. Cody, good to see you again. This has been a Capricorn day with an Aries moon. Been a lot of action today. Capricorns want to not rule the world. They just want to be the best in the world at what they do. They take their job so seriously. The 10th house is all about career. And that's where, of course, Capricorn is. Now, Capricorn also is the house of new beginnings. Jesus was a Capricorn, and this includes resurrections, right? So, and here is saying hello to everyone. Good evening. Say we're looking into next year for folks. And let's see, Cody, we never got you going, so let's get both you and Say going here. Cody, if I look at what you are doing right at this time, how things are going for you, is you are being tempted. You are you're going to be tested. There's going to be a trial of some sort, and you, by knowing what's coming, you can pass this test. It's probably a test of honesty that somebody's going to put you up to. So that's what you're doing right now, and what's just about to fall into your pathway is this offer, and that's what I'm talking about here. You're going to be tempted. There's going to be an offer that you've probably turned down before. This stuff going to come back around, and the result of this for you, Cody, is happiness, is being able to express what's in your heart, and that's always a great thing to do. Now, say let's see here. Say, where are you today? We're right now. That's connection to the spirit world. That's showing that yes, you have a very loving connection to the spirit world, especially to the animal world. It just all falls out that this is the path you're about to take. Now, here's Cody saying, tomorrow we're going on Taurus moon sign. Yes, we're in Aries. We've just come out of Pisces. The dreamers, that nothing got done this week, did it? People thought good thoughts, but nothing really got done. And what we're looking at here on Monday is the beginning of a Mercury retrograde. It's going to go on for the first 17 days of the new year. We're going to be in total retrograde, and that means we're going to be going right back over the same territory. So what you're seeing this week, you're going to see over again next week, and then this is really a way of proving your connection to the universe, to the spirit world. Watch how this falls into place, and how there's really nothing that anybody can do about it. Cody's saying definitely right. It's the Aries moon that we have today is really pushing us all to get out there and do something, take action, be like the Aries people, and take action. And this is just the exact wrong time to do it. Well, maybe the right time, because this weekend is still left over before the retrograde goes into effect. Now, retrogrades. Does the planet Mercury actually move backwards in the sky? Well, of course it does. No planet ever slows down or goes into retrograde. It's that the Earth provides us with a moving platform, and all of the planets move at different speeds. So from our platform, it appears that things do move backwards. This has been observable by human beings for 25,000 years at least, and people believe what they see. When is there an actual effect, or is it just in everyone's mind? Well, either way, it brings about actual action here on Earth during the retrograde. Because people believe it's going to happen, it does. And this is astrology all over. How do you get astrology? Well, you write down what happens, where the stars are on a particular day, and you keep those notes for about 25,000 years, and you can figure it out. Cody's saying, I went on Tuesday night live chat, and I've learned I had 8 lives from reincarnation. It was blowing just from hearing about that. It sounds like you've been talking to my daughter, Amy. She's the one that's on Tuesday nights, and the 9 lives. I have talked to several people who really can identify with that, and I know I can. I can actually count the 9 instances where I have come just that close to death. Just should have been gone, should have been all over, and somehow just walked away unscathed because it wasn't the right time. And this was one of the big things that I learned from my daughter, where she had to have a car wreck to really be able to understand what was happening in her life. And it was just before she ran into a telephone pole that she had this vision of her cousin who had died at age 10 in a car falling out, hitting a telephone pole. He got it, opened the door, got in. Time was suspended, and he said to her, "It is time to lay down." And when she bent over and laid down, her hand came up where her head had been, and it caught the brunt of the windshield. It flew in. It saved her life. And the next thing she knew, she was floating outside that truck with her cousin. And he told her that she had to go back because there were things she had to do. There were people who would miss her. She had to go back, and she did. So there are. Do we have 8, 9 lives? Who knows how many, and why? Why some people seem to be given more near misses than other people. Only the good die young. Well, maybe there's a lot of truth in that. Cody says yes, yes. This is a Capricorn day, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and in this case, Saturn is Father Time, the guy with the most patience in the world. And this is what Capricorns have going for them. They have the ability to look at everything as a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. And know that they have such a purpose in their life that there's a reason to get up and get going. And this is the effect that all of us are feeling during these Capricorn days. Capricorn just began like a week ago, and right now we are fully into the Capricorn phase. Here's Crazy Coolio saying, "I don't like my uncle, brother, mom, or to anything currently, waiting for my friend. I had to go upstairs since everyone's so annoying about. Yeah. That's remember what we talked about was you being the nurturer, you being the one that brings some sanity to the chaos. Think where they would be without you and your influence. Hey, here's Cody saying, she said, I led 2 lives in Russia, 2 in Scotland, 1 in Asia, South America, and North America. And that's just following the rotation of the earth where people were at different times as they moved around the earth. One of the really great things to consider about the earth moving, and there at one time used to be Pangea, the one supercontinent that broke up and goes all around to the world now. But 25,000 years ago, or maybe that's 25 million years ago, at one time, India was a floating island down off the coast of Africa. It took a ride on the Australian plate and went all the way north and crashed into Asia with such force that it raised the Himalaya mountains, which are still being raised today. That collision is still going on. And Cody says, oh, yeah, Father Time. That's one of the big things to consider about angels and the spirit world is they have no concept of time. They have no need for time. Continuous lifetimes. Nobody ever dies. A soul never dies. Boy, is that important to know that you can't kill a soul. A soul lives on. Here's Crazy Coolio saying also, I drew this profile picture. Are you sending us a picture there? Oh man, the so the concept of angels is if you have angels, then you believe also that there are fallen angels, and that really opens up. You drew that. Oh, I see. They're Crazy Coolio is showing his picture off to the others in the talk room there. And yes, Coolio is a very talented individual, a person who's I think going to be heard from. And this I also want to do, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'd like to do my reading for next year to see what is coming up. So this is for me. This is mine. And if I see where I am, right? Here's he's saying. Compliments are flying around the room. If I see where I am right now, it's that I have a big surprise coming, and that's what that is. Something that I have not counted on is going to come up and be, and of course, it being here, it's about work of some sort. So this the. This could be a lot of different things, and here's Cody saying that he told about his dreams, and the dreams had with Milton Berle and Jackie Gleason. Imagine that. Imagine having a dream so clear that you know exactly what they're telling you, and that's the whole point. So often our dreams are muddled. So I've got coming up in the next year, I've got a big surprise coming. So what is what what is the thing that's coming into my life right now? Oh well, you can't get more fortunate than that. The chariot means bringing together the two sides of yourself, or the two opposites that are around you, and being able to bring them together and make sense, and being able to see the guy is guiding the chariot, but he has no reins. So he's doing it through mental power. He's using his mind to bring the world to him to see. So what will be what will be the the result of what's going on with me this year? Is my arrows will find their mark. My information that I give will be spread. My letters, my videos, my whatever are going to hit the mark and do some good. Wow, that it seems like a great forecast. Here's Cody saying that she also told me about my last life before this life I lived during the early Hollywood days. Now, this is one of the more interesting times of the world when they first start making Hollywood movies. You know who made the very first movie? Is Thomas Edison. He also built the first studio in a house with a glass roof that was on a turnstile, so they could turn it to get the sun all the time. That was the original movies. So the 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 idea behind movies has always been to imitate life, to be able to show life scenes, and um, to really be able to show everyone, allow them to feel what you feel, to open up your heart, to be honest enough to show someone how you really feel. That's what living among other people. That's why we have other people in this universe, is to be able to open up to them, to allow them to be themselves, and allow us to learn from them, to learn from their successes, learn from their mistakes. And that's why there are 8 billion of us on the planet now. Gives us a chance to learn so many things just by observing each other. You don't have to go anywhere. You can watch it all and watch the world come by you now as we become one world. Now, if I look at the world for next year, where uh, where and here's Wave Killer JH. Can I ask? I don't understand the question. WK, what what's on your mind? If if I look at the world as to what we where we are right now, is the way we start this, right? Where is the world right now? Ooh, telling a lot of lies, saying one thing and doing another. Wave Killer says a question on someone's feelings for me. Now that I can help you with. Who and what is the connection? Tell me a little something about them, and we'll see. How does Chris feel towards me? that would be Chris towards you is really has you at the top. Must be great friends. Yeah. Uh, um, the moon's in Aries right now. And that means that the inside, everybody emotionally is feeling Aries. They feel they can do things. They can accomplish anything if they believe in themselves. This is Wave Killer. This is why you are in your friend's life, to validate that he's doing the right thing. You see it. Huh? And well, I wonder if it could lead to romance. Could there be that big of a shift in this to go romantic? Uh, Not at this time. Not at this particular time, because there's something that one of you has to lose, another person, no doubt, before you have to lose the connection to this other person. Well, before it could be, his ex. That makes sense. That's because he is connected financially still, and still. I mean, that's a big part of his finances, right? Is supporting the ex. So that's what keeps that being such a big part of his life, and that's a doable, workable situation, because you can do something, right? You could help get him out from under financially, and uh, um, help him balance, and get his head on straight. And certainly, once once he owed you that kind of a favor, that's, I think, would naturally work into to the romantic interest. It would. When you do things for people, you let them know that you love them. That's how it works. And when 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 you do things for people and they don't appreciate it, it's time to move on. It's time to let go. Um, just me says hi. Just me. Can I ask? Yes. What is your question? Just me is I can't remember ever seeing just me in the room with us. We've been doing this for what, a couple of months now, not too long. Um, are you asking about yourself, or about someone else? Just me. What do you think? Yeah? Karen's current feelings toward me, and Karen's thoughts. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, the Karen in your life is very, very connected to you. Very, very connected. Feels like they um, spiritually are connected to you. That they maybe send you psychic messages. So her thoughts are with you. Yes, just the same. And this is why you think about her so often, is because she's thinking about you, and in a very powerful way. Um, there's I like it. It says just me. Yes, yes. When you have that connection to someone, uh, it's a very spiritual thing. I mean, that's transcendental meditation. Your meditation meets someone else's meditation out there somewhere, and you can travel all over the universe. Here's Cody saying, "Oh yeah, it makes sense with my personality and definitely from last life." She said, "That's why I remember the early Hollywood days the most, or my last few lives, because I was." Yeah, it was the last previous life. That's exactly it. Here's something to remember. Many people lead lives as animals, and it's hard to live the next life after that. That's why we have some people that are so mean, they'll bite you. Now, Just Me says, thanks. Cody says, that just happened to me from my personal life. Isn't it amazing how the same scenarios happen over and over again? It's like in numerology. There's only the basic numbers, 1 through 10. You playing with the same numbers that they did thousands of years ago. So just me saying, where's the lady tonight? Whew, boy, can we track down this lady tonight around you? Uh, Death means the end of something. They're ending something. Where's the lady tonight? The lady is bringing something to an end. Maybe telling somebody goodbye, and maybe somebody's leaving for another reason. People certainly come and go. So where's the lady tonight? She's ending the old too. She's releasing the old. She's letting it go. That every 9 year cycle includes the ninth and final, which is release it, let it go. Just me saying, okay, thanks. Yes, that is reassuring. It, it will change whatever it hasn't been. That's what you have coming in the future, and it's next year is going to be better. Next year starts on Monday, and we're what we experienced this year was a 6 year, and a six is about getting over the past pandemic years. And here's a Rose Rain saying hello. Hey, Rose, good evening. You want us to do next year reading on you? Let me have a look here. Where are you right now? A Rose Rain. Where where are you? Ah, sitting very pretty, having being able to move in your mind. A rose, yes. Yes or no? Does Kay Reed still see me as Bella from Twilight Saga? Well, fair question. They did, and now they don't. New information has arisen. Um, I would have to say no. Oh, Blah and Grana. Aren't you the ones from Spain? Happy New Year. See you next year in 2023. Great to have you along, Blau and Grana. And if we look at you, where you are right at this particular point, this pair is finishing up what they had to do and taking the final step. The brighter tomorrow comes when the sun comes up. Things are looking better. And Rose Ray says that's bad. Well, it's not necessarily bad, is it? Because when I saw that was going away, it's because of a third party. It's someone, and this is the universe doing for you what you couldn't do for yourself. You needed to be out of that relationship. You needed to move on. And there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. Everybody does it. Just don't think that you're locked in to what you were yesterday, because you get better every day. You get to be a better you, and that's all you have to do in this life, is be yourself. And A Rose Rain saying thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. There's there's an aura about you that is blessed, that really feels warm, feels feels very human, very loving. Thank you for sharing with us tonight. That's uh, this is how people can be very generous with their time and their efforts, and how when there are enough of us to give information about the same, see things from different points of view, and come together, it helps us all. We get a much clearer view of the entire world. Nobody can see everything. And here's a great thing to know, is that no soul who's ever been on this earth can do it all in any one lifetime. There's no way that you can do everything that you want to do, that you need to do, that you're supposed to do in this lifetime. This is why we have reincarnation. This is the whole point of there being another chance, and to slowly accumulate knowledge as you go through different lives, and to to think that you can see things coming. Um, a Rose Rain, what is about to come into your life now? What what is going what's going to happen next is you're going to tell the world who you are, where you stand, which mountaintop you're going to defend. And here's Cody saying, I feel like the year 2023 will be a greater year for all of us. It's going to be a year where we connect, where we are able to to um, to stop telling so many lies, and know that our words and our deeds match. So we'll have a clear conscience and be able to sleep at night. That's my reading for the world, showing you where we are right now. And of course, it's a 7, and that's what we're about to begin, is year number 7. So what we're going to be able to do is to throw off a lot of the lies. And that includes probably 3/4 of every advertisement that's ever been on TV or radio or wherever, right? People tend to exaggerate, and it's that sort of advertising that becomes propaganda, and you can truly manipulate people by what you allow them to see, which is the reason that we have the free press and the free communications for everyone to be a part. Cody says, I also imagine this coming year will be a busy year as well. Well, the what's coming in? What's the next thing that's going to come in? And they came upside down, didn't it? Um, so instead of getting all of the rest that we need, we'll have exactly the opposite. It's going to be a year of change. It's going to be a year of people working together to make the planet a better place. And as amazing as it was to think that in just a few years we screwed up the planet, it's going to be even more amazing to think that we save it, that it comes back and it's better than ever. Cody said, also imagine this coming year going to be a very busy year as well. And the last part, see, the last part of my reading for the world, that we're in a time of trying to understand what's true, who can we believe, and what's coming to us is a time when we're going to have too much on our hands to do. We're going to be very, very busy, and the end result of everything, the end result of this coming year, by this time a year from now, we will be walking a totally new path. We'll be reset back to zero. We'll be taking a leap of faith off of that lover's leap. And when we step out and save the world and turn it into a better place, we're all stepping out into the unknown. It's never been done before. Everybody on earth looking out for everybody else. Why not give it a try? Might work. You never know. And so that's what I see is that the coming year is going to bring dramatic changes. People coming back together, and instead of getting further and further apart, to come back together. Everything swings on a pendulum. You can only go so far in the direction of staying away from other people, then it starts to swing back the other way. There's no way to stop that. And it's like public opinion changing with the moon sign every 2.5 days. And if you truly watch it, you'll find that the moon has such an effect on humans, and it has an effect on each and every one of us. The moon is literally right on top of us, and it doesn't spin. You always have the same side of the moon reflecting right onto the earth, so it's always concentrated right down. You don't have the spin factor and going off in the different places. So it's that moon sign, and every 28-day moon cycle, and there are 13 of them in every year, 13 full moons, and in every one of those cycles, we go through each of the 12 zodiac signs, and we get these influences that fly off of these signs. That's why we keep up with it. And that's why for 25,000 years they've been writing down what was the moon sign today, and we're able to roll back the scrolls and see what was happening 1,000 years ago. And ever since the calendar caught up with us, right? Ever since they changed the calendar, you can go back and see exactly what's been happening in the sky, and it always, because people can see it, it affects us. Crazy saying he's going to check out and got other things on to do on this Friday night, and this was the main thing I was trying to get across to everybody tonight. I'm sorry, I'm I have no idea, and it's I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I I I truly believe that God and the angels have no sex. They are neither male nor female. And I also believe that we can make a choice when we're reincarnated to come back as either sex. It's the only way you would ever be able to see the entirety of humanity from both points of view. It's like living a life as an animal. You live that life to find out, to know things, to be able to appreciate what you have. So the year 2023 that adds up to a 7 is also if you add up the numbers in 12/30/2022, today's date, you come up with a 21, and 21 is 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this day is about expressing yourself. If you're born today, you're beginning your life in year 3 of a 9-year cycle, and talk about how hard it is for an infant to express their feelings. Right? So that's what they're gonna have a hard time getting people to understand them. I want that bottle, whatever, um, in the first year of their life, and this no doubt will affect them their entire life. And so if we look at next year, it's going to be a 7. It's going to be much better. Today, it is also the final quarter of the moon, the last quarter of the moon, the first quarter of the moon, I believe. So it's a transition point. It's the last movement we're going to have for the next several weeks. When the Mercury retrograde comes in at the first of the year, it's going to sit on us for 17 days, and people will feel the inertia of it's like the universe not spinning as fast as it usually does. Things are just really slowing down, and also we're only a week or so away from the winter solstice, when we got to the full tilt of the Earth. And for a week or so, we just kind of spinning back over the exact same spot that we came through. And this is magnified by the happening of Mercury in the retrograde. Cody says it really does you right about that. And it's there are so many things that we can learn from the Earth, from the natural movements of the Earth, and the different ways that the different houses can affect us, like Capricorn. When the sun sign is in Capricorn, we all think about our careers, and that's how we look at it. And instead of looking at it as a job, you look at it with that long term. That this is going to be my career, and that's such a crapshoot of what's offered to you and what's available to you. And so many people wind up in the wrong professions and feel like they're locked in to that. So it's a way that we can help each other by allowing each other to be who we are, by not being overly critical. There's a fine line between criticism and constructive criticism, right? Criticism that just tears people down. And if you are born today, if you are a 3, this is what you are so affected by. Is the little criticisms, the slings and arrows from other people, and it it's it makes you not want to express what's in your heart, which is a way of uplifting other people. The Capricorns have a way of speaking that is very attractive, and they are very influential. Did I mention Jesus was a Capricorn? They they have a way of influencing the people around them, and each one of us is like that floating island of India, crashing into Asia, and knocking the mountains up. Right? We're we're all constantly running over each other's karma. We're all constantly stepping on each other's toes. Uh, and to be able to forgive each other is really the only answer, and it must be the reason that we're here, is to do whatever is the hardest thing in the world for us to do. Whatever seems impossible in the human brain is of course what you are meant to. That's the mountain you're trying to climb, and until you get to the very end of it, the very last, is when you're finally going to be able to peek over the rim of it and see what's on that mountaintop, see who is on that mountaintop. That's they Billy Graham, the Reverend Billy Graham, used to be asked what he thought about the false prophets, the ones who were um, not living what they were preaching. And his reply was always, "You never know who you're going to meet on the streets of heaven." And what that really means is that you never know what God's plan is for other people. You never know how they're being used. And here's Cody saying it's to be doing all of those researching and learning of these zodiac astrology and other variety of things to help us have more knowledge. It does go very deep. I've been doing astrology for 50 years. It was one of the first things that I did on the radio was Franklin's astrology guide, and I have done that in some form for 50 years now, and that's what it takes to learn the different signs. Really, give yourself about 10 or 15 years of doing it every single day, every chance that you get. Cody's saying, "I meant to put from earlier's greats." Uh-huh, uh-huh. Isaac Newton, the 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 scientist, said, if I can see further, it's because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, those who came before me. You're standing on the shoulders of each person who came before you, and uh-huh, mhm. and the spirit world. Not everybody wants to come back in another life right now, and they don't have to. They can choose to be spirit guides. They can live within your mind. They can live within my mind. Think about where the spirit world is, where it must exist, is inside of the human body, inside the human mind. How else could your guides monitor everything you see, everything that you say, and try to put a spin on it? This is why we so often say things that and then wonder where that came from. How in the world did you ever say what needed to be said in order to maybe get somebody out of your life? And you were never going to do it. And that's how the universe does for you what you really can't do for yourself. And this this is how we know that we are blessed. This is how you can be assured that you are doing all that you are supposed to do. You're supposed to live your life. You're supposed to influence the people around you. That's all you have to do and learn. And it's learning from each person who comes into your life that really makes such a big difference. And this is the whole Good Samaritan idea. There are people who are going to be your enemies. And if they happen to live in the next little village over, they might be the Samaritans, right? And the next time that you crash into a ditch somewhere and you're laying there all bloody and you see that a Samaritan, one of your enemies, is coming over to help you, you try to cover yourself, you try to hide, you have a very hard time accepting the help of the good Samaritan who wants nothing more than to help you, and call a truce at that particular moment. So it is accepting the help of our enemies. That's what Jesus meant by love your enemies. Uh, and the way to love any other human being is to allow them to be themselves, to allow them to to be the best them that they can be, and keep in mind that all of us, my guys are choking me up here. All of us are here for a purpose, and we can all feel as though we have accomplished our purpose when when our guides lead us into the next world. So this is uh, a thing of enlightenment. Uh, the to become enlightened means that you care about every other soul on this earth. For every soul to become enlightened, that's the goal. When every soul on this earth sees that they are a part of a common group that's the population of the planet, when we stop trying to take advantage of each other, this is when we will be able to meet God. We can't go into God as any individual. None of us can. So the opposite must be true, that we all have to go together. And so we would all join hands and walk into the clouds like Enoch did and be spared death because we have been such good souls. That's what's going on here. That's what's so cool about being nice to other people. You can be oh so smart, or you can be oh so nice, and I choose nice. And it's the hardest thing in the world for for an angry old coot like me. You know, it's trying to stop yourself from being a mean person is a full-time job. And the older you get, boy, in this world, the harder it is. I'm Franklin. I'm your astrologer, and we'll be back next week in a brand new year, same time, same place for the Cosmic Watch. And I really appreciate everybody being here and joining us in the room. And we'll get a few final messages here. And Demarius Devon. Oh, another new one. There, yes. Yes. Okay. Well, we do have to go, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks so much for being.